So the trouble that I'm still having is going downstairs, and what I've been doing is going one step at a time, and I can get down pretty quickly. I'm used to going one step at a time for years now. Coming back up, however, I can do 1 foot at a time, but you see this hip is coming up when I'm going up and down. But if I try to do it going down, I don't have the range. Well, I can do it, but I don't have the range, and it's really, and I'm moving the hip, you know, so I'm going to bugger up my hip if I'm trying to do that. But coming up, going up is getting somewhat, I am still moving the hip, but it's getting somewhat easier. It's doable. Hi guys, today is June the 3rd, and I'm just looking at my calendar here. So this is the 3-month mark for my surgery. So I'm just about 2 weeks off, and I can do a lot more. And since my last video, I've had a little bit of a breakthrough with physio. Now we're focusing more on the muscle tension. I started massage last week, so I'm hoping that that's going to start to help a little bit more. But the flex, the bend of the knee, this past week, or from 1 week to the next, actually went 5 degrees. Where, you know, I was elated, because for so long it's been 95, 100, 95, 100, 102, back to 95, 100, 105, and then I hit 110. So at the 3-month mark, I should be, you know, well on my way, but everybody's different. And so obviously, so am I. And it's just not there yet, but it's coming. So it's not as bad as what it was about a month, maybe 6 weeks ago, where I was discouraged. I was depressed. I was thinking, you know, what's wrong with me? How come it's not coming for me? And how come, you know, I'm reading stuff which is really stupid. People don't read into a lot of it. Actually, the physiotherapist said they're probably lying. People are 120 degrees at, you know, 5 weeks in, or 125, and they're, you know, writing in these blogs. I don't understand how come I can't get any further than 125 degrees. And I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, I got 95 degrees and it's not coming. So, you know, people that are 5 weeks in, I'm almost 3 months in, and, you know, struggling still to get to that 110 last week. But I'm telling you, I was in tears, because it was very emotional to see that I've gained that much extra flexion. And it could be just because we're starting to work on the muscle tension now. I have been doing some extra work with that rod that I was using, and I got some weights for my foot. So a 2.5 pound weights, so 5 pounds on my leg, and I'll lift my leg up, and I'll show you after what I do. Lift my leg up and just let the weight of the actual weights bring my leg down, and I'll hold it like that I'm trying to do it for 5 minutes, and maybe I can even try and do it for a little bit longer. This week, maybe I'll try for 6 or 7 minutes. The leg starts to slowly come down, and my leg is like this, and then it starts to slowly come down. It's getting somewhere at least, so I must be doing something right. I'll show you what I do with the rolling bar, the rolling rod, whatever it is, and how I'm using the weights and bringing that leg down. The slide board will come a little bit easier when I use those weights, because it seems to pull it down, and as soon as I start to do the slide board, no resistance, my leg moves a little bit better, a little bit further, and the stretching of the muscle, or stretching of the knee as I'm using the weights, isn't like when I'm pulling it on the slide board, where I have that tension at the side of my knees where it won't go any farther. So I'm going to show you what I've been doing with those two things, and I'm going to start this week a little bit of the massage with coconut oil, seeing if I can get my the knots to come out as I'm rubbing my legs. I rub my legs all the time anyway, my knee anyway, but I'm trying to see if I can get a little bit deeper, but it's easier if I have something on it. So let something natural like coconut oil. Going to try this week and see if I can get it to soften up a little bit. Some of the spots I felt and I thought, oh, it must be like some kind of a calcium deposit or something like that. But these actual knots, if I work at them and rub them, they will start to loosen up. So I can actually feel when I'm doing the roller bar that these spots are getting a little bit softer, or I don't feel them at all, or you can actually kind of feel them move and work themselves out. So that's been a plus, and I don't know if that's what's helping me, but I don't care what's helping me. If I can get, even if I still have only 110 this week and maybe 112 or 111 or something, it's better than what I had. So tomorrow I go to physio, and Thursday I have massage. So we'll see if that's going to help. But the thing with the massage is, as soon as you have the massage, within 72 hours, the massage therapist told me that the tension could be back. So you have to keep exercising, got to keep stretching it. And, you do all the bends, but then the quad, when you do the, what did she tell me? When you do the bends, the quad gets stretched, but the hamstring tightens up. So if you're doing more of one than the other, you're just, defeating the purpose. So after she did the massage, I just kept moving it, whatever direction, because I want to make sure that, it doesn't get to the point where it was. I'm heating the back of the knee up before I do my exercises. And then the first thing I do is the weights. And then after that, I do the slide board. From the slide board, I'll slide my foot underneath the kitchen chair. And then I go to the stairs. And I try to stretch like forward on the stairs. And so far that's been working with me. The up and down the stairs, as I showed you earlier, it isn't really coming. But I don't care. I got to 110 and I'm smiling like a banshee. I don't know. But it's not. I'm 10 degrees away from 120, where they can discharge me from physio. 120 is normal range of motion for going up and down the stairs, and proper range of motion. 120. I'm just trying to bend my knee right now. So I'll show you the couple of exercises that I've been doing, and that roll in the muscle. I'm doing it at home. She's doing it there at physio. And now with the massage, I'm hoping that I'm going to be moving right along. Before you know it, my life will be back to normal. Fingers crossed. All right, so here's my roller. And I'll start by landmarking where the top of my scar is, because the scar's really sensitive. So from about here to here, it's really sensitive. Down here, not so much. But up here, where it's still fat and worm looking, it's really sensitive. So I try to keep the roller bar away from it. So when I start, I'm rolling down the top of the thigh. I'll move to the inside of the thigh, and I feel a little bump right there. So as I'm coming through here, and I feel something like that, I'll stop, I'll put more pressure, and I'll roll it. Sometimes I'll just hold it like I do under my knee, and I'll just keep rolling that one area. Or like my physiotherapist does, get these two knuckles in there and going, and you feel it burn, and then you just hold it in that area where it's burning, and then you keep on pushing this way. Tonight I'm going to try putting some coconut oil on my my legs and see if I can get it going like that. She doesn't use that at physio. She actually stays on top of my clothing, and she'll get her knuckles in there. But I'm going to try some coconut oil and see if I can slide it, because the massage therapist is using mineral oil on me, and it works. And then I'll go to the outside and kind of feel bruised someday after, like if I do it for the second day. The next day, I'm like feeling kind of like I bruised it, but I keep doing it because something might be helping. But anyway, so I'm doing this for 2 or 3 minutes, and then this one, and then this one. And then when that's done, I'll take the bar and holding the one end under my leg, the other one, and then I'll roll it like this, like I'm rowing a boat. And when I'm doing that and I'm feeling it along here and just under there, and I'll just keep going in the same direction. And when I've done that for 2 or 3 minutes, then I just slide it, and I'll just do it in the other direction, trying to keep some really good pressure on there. until I've hit 2 or 3 minutes or whatever I can tolerate. And then sometimes I'll even just get my leg up there. See what's bending? I'll get my leg up and I'll just keep rolling it. And then sometimes I'll get somebody else to do that for me. But that's the roller bar, whatever you call it, I don't care. But it hurts and it helps, I think. So we'll see what tomorrow brings, and maybe with any luck I'll be at 112 degrees. Maybe. Okay, well, I better keep that leg down so you can see what I'm doing. So I've got the weights positioned down there. Yeah. Not a skinny bitch. So I'll do this. Try to hold it for 5 minutes. Not so much that my arms are getting tired or anything. The foot should start to come down a little bit. You can start to see it come down. It's going to only come down a very minuscule amount. But after a while, up in here, underneath here, starts to get a little tender when I'm holding it with my hand. So I'm just going to jump right to the towel here. So if I take the towel, and I just use the towel to hold it, it gets a little bit easier. Take that pressure off my leg, and you see the foot will start to come down a little bit. It only come down so much, but last week, this is how she measures it too, by the way. Some people measure different. Some people measure it when they're using the slide board, or even just having it like measured like this. She did measure this one for me, and I'm 125 on my good leg, which is a bad leg too. So I'll do this for 5 minutes, and the leg will start to come down from the weight of the thing. Sometimes I've tried to do a little bit longer, but this strap I have tied. And so what I have done is I have put this, I know guys, probably not so great on my neck, but what I have done is I put that strap there just to kind of support the leg, and just keep letting it drop down. Boy, I got a really bad pair of capri pants on today to be showing you this. But anyway, that's it. So the leg is starting to drop down from the weight, and that's a nice stretch for me up here. And then when I'm done this, after 5 minutes, I can even try to go a little bit longer this week, I guess. After I'm done that, then I go right to the slide board, and then I get a little bit better range of motion. But you see how much it's dropped down since I first started? Yeah, it's dropping down a little bit more. Yeah, it's coming.